Tweaky Tuesday. Or Tweak It Tuesday is what she says. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
She's feeling much better, methinks.
I am.
She does.
I'm still coughing, but it's not like the same cough as before.
She still, you know, got her whiskey just in case.
Yeah, I do. In case my voice starts.
We were chatting. She's like, I don't know. I think I need to have that here.
I just have it in reserve. I don't know that I need it, but it starts getting scratchy. And
hello to everyone that is here. For those of you that have kind of been hanging out for a little bit, do say something in the chat, or if you're kind of coming in, say hello, so that way I can say hello back. I'm about to say, you know, do the little roll call hello thing, you know, like we do. I'll let everybody kind of get in there, because when it starts moving, then I'm...
you can't read fast enough.
I can't read fast enough or figure out, you know, who's added in or whatever. So just give you quick little hellos. Do give those thumbsy upsies. This is, you know, that beginning of the stream is very important, because we are live, and then it lets everybody else kind of know, hey, you know, you like this, I like this, we should all hang out and, you know, chit-chat.
Make some art.
Or you can lurk away. All right, let's do some hellos. We have Angela, Ann, Barbara, Brad's here, Candy, Dana, Deb, Eva, Fran, Jody, Julie, Huta, Carla, Kathy, Laura, Linda, Marta, Mary Ann, Maxine, Mystical Misty. We got the Nightbot, remember, he does all the chitty chat stuff. We got Fran that popped in there, maybe Colleen and Candy. All right. Let's see, we are at Panka, Rennie, Ricky, Sandra, Sherry, Silver Granny and Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn. Stitching Arc, that's Paula. Texture Junkies, that's Sharon. We have Trish, and I bet Evie is here as well. I think a couple of you other guys kind of popped in there. Sorry if I missed you on the roll call. I'll get you in the chat. Joni, hello Joni. And Stella, I think I may have said Diane. There we go, I think Diane came in there. Awesome, quite the crew today. As I said, if you're coming in, do give those thumbsy upsies. Extremely mucho importante. For those of you that are watching the replay, also extremely important to us. It's the #1 freest way to support us, along with subscribing to the channel. All right, I got all that stuff out of the way. Remember, we did the giveaway in the last stream. So even though we are in September, you guys can start doing October if you want. I did update the information in Makers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. That's where many of these lovely little folks over here in the chat hang out, post their art. We do our challenges. Joni's going to be gearing up an ATC swap. Quite a few people very excited about that.
And I think there's some people doing postcards.
Paula's got a postcard thing.
I'm kind of interested in the postcard thing.
I think it's kind of open. She posts the thing. You got to look for it.
Okay. Well, I don't, if it has if it has more than 7 rules, I can't do it.
No, I think it's pretty much, here's the theme, and then, you know,
I can do that.
Yeah.
And send it to somebody.
Very Makers. Hey, Christine. Linda and Sandy. All right. Got some more people coming in. Awesome. Yeah, so we got the ATC thing coming up. I think that's going to be on October 1st. Watch for Paula's posts about the postcards. And then Judy has a post which is up in the featured area. That's the other thing. If you guys are ever looking for information, I really try to keep that fresh, and, you know, what is featured are things that are happening then.
Is that where this will be, about the postcard and stuff under feature?
No, but I could feature that. I should put Paula's thing up there.
You should, because
it's becoming an official thing.
I wanted to do it, but I couldn't find it after I saw it the other day, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could figure out where that was, because I didn't save it anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. So we'll start featuring that.
And we're already doing an ATC. I mean, we're already committed to the ATC.
Yeah, I think so. She hasn't done the sign up yet, but yes.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, because what Joni will do is she'll assign partners. You kind of say, all right, I'm willing to make this many, you know, international, U.S., whatever. Who's it, what's it. So, there. I think that's kind of all the information about who's, you know. The collab thing has already happened. So, kind of thinking about October, you can already get started on that. Or if you're still working on your September one, no problem. No problemo. because you can still do your striking sticks. Now, October is going to be what do I have it? What was once considered trash or something like that. Otherwise considered trash.
Otherwise considered trash.
Objects otherwise considered trash. I don't know. I was feeling real, you
Gosh,
know.
maybe I will get on my milk.
God, if she could only use some of those things underneath there. Got a whole palette full of what should be considered trash.
Yeah.
For some people. There's more in the garage. All right, well, that's that information. So let me go front side here just to pee. Get her in the pee cam front because we've got an update on that there Archie Panko.
We do. And I'm going to give him a little spin. Give her a little spin.
I think it's her.
I have some paper lifting. I'm going to talk about that. I was doing this when I should have been watching Friends live because I watched the rerun and it was wonderful. And I was really mad at myself because Mariah came upstairs and she took it away from me because I said, I'm so done with this thing. It's just irritating me to no end. I can't get the paper to work. I can't get the glue to work. And, you know, when you do that, you should just give it up.
Oh, yes, Christine, we look very much alike. She wanted to know what you looked like when you were younger. And there are some pictures that we have.
Okay, so anyway, that's what's happening with this little jobber here. But now, I've spent a lot of time really, and can you see it? Stabilizing the base and making sure it was attached because I'm going to have to put this down like this in order to get into some of those areas.
Oh, listen to this. Joni says that October is going to be tags and not ATCs. Well, that works out very nicely because did you find the tags?
No, I did
on
not.
the hunt.
I looked in 2 drawers and then I quit because I got, I found some recycled envelopes in there, you know. The ones that are made from recycled stuff.
I think it was Ann, right, that sent us the tags. Because she's usually the one who ends up with.
They used to be over there.
But then we did a bunch. So, I don't know.
Well, we may have to, make some more. I don't know.
We didn't make.
Okay, I want to talk about the paper that you need to use for this thing, because the paper can make or break your project. And since this is Tweaky Thursday.
Do I need to go top side?
Tuesday.
Tweak it. Hey, you're the one who changed that. It used to just be, experimental,
Yeah, well, what this is it's taking something that's not necessarily working very well and trying to,
Fix it.
Fix it.
Tweak it.
I don't know. I guess we could Fix It Friday.
No, we are not. No. We're not streaming on Fridays.
No, that's not a good day. Okay, so I made notes.
Yes, see, it was Ann that sent us the text. She still has a lot of them. Well, yeah, she ended up with thousands of them. I think she was getting 100 or so. And it ended up being like 1,000.
That's how I did with my tape that I ordered.
Take forever.
I just still chuckles because I have a drawer full of tape. If you need any, tear off what is the stuff that makes you break out? Non-latex, I don't know what it is. Anyway, that stuff makes me itch.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm necessarily allergic to it, but I don't use it because it makes me itch.
Gotcha. Do I need to be topside or still front? Okay.
Because I think I'm pretty much, if we need to, we can bring that back in, or I can just, put it flat. Okay. So.
I feel like we're really zoomed in.
Here I have this little piece of paper, and you will notice there's a straight edge there. Tear those off because they will show up. If you have a nice torn edge there, it's going to lay flatter and it's not going to lift as easily. And I've noticed on here, I did this.
Non-allergenic.
Non-allergenic, yes. I did this
Hello, Jack.
in the afternoon. in the afternoon when it was dark in here, and I can tell you why, because today when I can see light, and you see there in the middle where I missed.
She missed the crotch.
Missed the crotch. And, you know, the main thing that I tried to do here was to get the bottom stable so that I could work on other things and turn it. And that crotch area is going to be much easier to get to.
Now, I told you got to watch them tiny spaces.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. So, paper. Newspaper or similar weight. I have this paper, and I do not know from whence it came. But it's...
I want to say...
It's really rattly, and it's sort of pearlized.
We've gotten it in different places, but one of the places is...
Obviously, it was wrapped around something, because it's all wrinkled.
Yeah, there's a certain hobby store that...
And it's torn in certain places, so I think it was like shoes or, you know, something in the mail. I don't know. But this is not good. The reason is because this coating on here is not going to be absorbent.
So that's, you think, was your main problem?
No. Because I've got it back over yonder here. Yeah. Okay, don't use the slicky pearlized papers. No way, no.
No way, no.
Okay, the other thing is don't use something that's heavy. I don't know where this came from, but it's too heavy. It doesn't work.
I love the vast amounts of information we're giving today. I don't know where you get this, but if you have it, don't use that.
Don't use that. Okay, now I don't know about this, and I haven't used this, but I thought this was really super nice paper, and it's very I almost want to say it's parchment. Hear that? So I cut that up. I'm going to print with that. I think that would be a waste to tear up and use for this. So I've got that. Now what you do want to use is this paper right here. This is newsprint.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that, you know, you could use newspaper. If I had newspaper, we don't take any newspaper, so I don't ever get any. Don't use the slicky ads. Those are terrible. You'll be very unhappy. And I think everybody in here already knows that one side of the paper,
this is the Goldilocks paper.
The Goldilocks paper?
Yeah, Deb says too heavy, too slick. Goldilocks.
Okay, so, yes. And, you know, get it torn up into the things that you want it torn up, because once you get glue on your fingers stick and
yes, Acme says you can buy newsprint in big old pads pretty cheap.
Yeah, or you can just, you know,
collect it when they
save the stuff that
a lot of times, like when you go to Home Goods or you buy glass items. I know you guys have saved this stuff. I'm pretty sure that quite a few of you have this paper or similar.
Okay, tear it up, and remember, you don't want huge pieces, especially if you're trying to get into very tight areas. Like, you know, crotches. All right, now let me check my list, because I was going to talk about some other things. Okay. Similar weight, tear off the edge. Okay. Avoid heavy or slick paper. Next thing that I would really like to address here is brushes. All right. You don't want to use a soft brush. You want something that's pretty stiff. Now this is a good one.
Or one that you have, you know, a good brush that you've accidentally used for something that you probably shouldn't have.
Or didn't wash it too terribly well.
Right, and now it's a bit stiffer, firmer than it once was. That's your brush.
Yeah. This one right here, this is a good one too.
I love that brush.
This is a good one. This is a good one. It's stiff enough that it's going to smush the paper down, flatten it out, and get your glue.
This? Yes, if you have a printer nearby, they have roll-ins. So the part that doesn't go into the press or whatever.
Okay, so yeah, get a hold of the newspaper people. There you go. Okay, glue. I am a firm believer, and this is what I used. I used the Mart craft glue, and I what I did was I poured some and I diluted it, about 1/3 water, 2/3 glue. But I felt like that wasn't stiff enough for some areas. So what I would do is I'd take a little bit of the undiluted glue and just put it on the edge of the...
Did you mention that you also did a coat of the clear texture gesso?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, sorry, I skipped ahead.
Yes.
Spoiler.
Yeah, that's all right. It doesn't matter. I don't... Yeah. That is important. The reason I think Elmer's School Glue works better than this is because it is not a waterproof, because once this dries, this is waterproof.
Yes, and it is meant to be because it's a PVA, which is used for bookbinding, because then it still has that rubberiness to it.
Flexibility.
Now, keep in mind, like, so Elmer's, when it dries, it's hardened.
And that's what I want here. I told Mariah to order me some...
I need to place an order for you.
I need Elmer's glue.
Or we can just run up to the store and get some Elmer's.
Yes, whatever. And...
and yes, Jeanette, that is exactly right. She says, can all of this be applied to the foam heads? I want to start mine soon. Yes, this is all
this information is exactly the same thing. Yes, absolutely the same. Here's the thing also. The tubes that I made, especially the ones that I made out of paper, I want you to, can you see this? How it's kind of giving there? I need to put more on that so that's stiff, because 2 reasons. If it's stiff, it's going to resist my pressure that I put on with the brush and the glue.
Yeah, so she really should have stuffed some stuff in there.
I needed to stuff those or use more
tubes.
Substantial tubes. Just FYI.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was thinking about, and I don't know...
Yes, you also dilute the Elmer's glue.
Yes, and it should be kind of a creamy consistency.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not a big deal. You'll figure it out. Add more glue, add more water, you know. There's no absolutes here.
Yeah.
And it depends on your, you know, temperature in your room, amount of humidity, yada, yada.
Planetary alignment, you know.
The other thing that I really thought about after I had put this all together is it might have been a good idea to work on these parts and get those prepped up, taped, and that first layer of paper mache on there. Because I'm having a
real pickle of a time.
Yeah, I'm saying bad words as I try to get into these little nooks and crevices and whatnot.
I think I had mentioned.
You did, and I just wanted to get it on there, and yeah.
Thank you.
Stuff the tubes.
Stuff the tubes. Pre-tape and pre-layer.
Yeah. Now, Mariah already mentioned it. What I was having trouble with, and I know that it's always true, where the masking tape is, it's not the best surface to adhere your paper mache to. So I went ahead, stopped the whole process, went over the whole thing with the clear texture gesso, and it made a big difference.
Now, it seemed that the paper was adhering quite nicely to the foam.
Oh yeah, this down here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's look at that. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's not lifting.
Yes, you could use Mod Podge.
You can use Mod Podge, and I have used Mod Podge.
Here's the thing about the Mod Podge. In this layer of things, you may be kind of mad at yourself because the next layer that goes on, because it's slicky, even the matte, it creates a slick surface because it's a sealer. So really, you still want a surface that is going to, and that's what's nice about the clear texture gesso stuff, is that it gives you grip.
And when I get through doing all of this with this first layer, I will go over the whole thing with the clear texture gesso again to make sure that the decorative layer that I'm going to put on here will adhere easily.
Yeah.
You just save yourself a lot of grief
Hey, Devin.
And, you know, I always think it's best if you can avoid that.
And let me just say, welcome to those of you that are, you know, jumping in now. Please do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you haven't already, please do give those thumbsy upsies. We very much appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, thumbsy upsies, but give us a comment below. Tell us that you're watching. Tell us that you stopped by. We love that.
I'm going to hand this back across.
Okay. I took it away from her. I was like, because she was in a right mood, you know.
Oh, I was just
nasty mood. I was like, I don't think you
I have my little...
it.
You can hear my voice. It starts getting raspy.
Raspy.
And I still have stuff going on there. Okay. I don't want to talk.
Yes, Laura, I am seeing you. And remember, guys, to turn over to live chat. Remember, it's up at the little top of the chat thing there. Do the little drop down. Turn it to live chat.
I want to turn this back under because I don't want you to see my thirsty thoughts yet because I've got some good ones. Thanks to Fran. Well, I did watch the rerun today. Friends rerun today, and wanted to say things all the time.
You know, you can do that in the comment section.
Why not when it's live?
Yeah, well...
I mean, not when it's not live.
Yeah, you can. I love it when folks do that. Judy's the best. Like, she'll give, like, a full-on review. Like, she answers the questions. Like, if she's missed, she'll leave a big old long comment. I love it.
Well, mine was pretty... I mean, I did say some things, but anyway.
Oh, Lisa, we're not going to put you in the corner for that. Look at that. You've been a member for 7 months.
What
Chat,
is it?
Like, gives a...
Oh.
It highlights it. I don't know exactly, like, we don't prompt anything. It's automatic, but our members get highlighted comments. That's a perk right there.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't even know what she's talking about. Okay, now, we've been talking about insects, but we're going to rename this whole category. We're going to be talking about pollinators. Because we just added bats to that list. Because bats are not only pollinators, they are reseeders. Because they, you know, the fruit bats eat the fruit and go off and poop and make more plants.
That's how that works.
So, the bees, the wasps, the butterflies, and flies, and bats are all pollinators.
Hey, Damari.
And we need more pollinators in our world. So, one of the things that I thought you could use these little lovelies for would be a docu-journal where you, and I have these, I don't know what I did with my envelope. Did I keep it?
And then when she was talking about this, I was like, oh, that also sometimes is known as a commonplace.
Yeah, but I just thought, you know, Mariah has these recycled envelopes that you could use those, and you could use your stencils to make the cover into something either decorative or informative. Put all the information in the envelope, and I think she actually, didn't you do a journal using the just the envelopes where you made the whole thing?
I did.
Yeah. Well, can you like make that into?
Can I magically make it appear? Yes, that I can do.
I just thought that would be. I don't want to do that because
she's giving you all ideas.
You know, this is Mariah's domain. It's not mine. I might.
Now, these are not my papers or our papers. These are Louisa Heinzel. But here, if you want to show this real quick, I'm opening up the. It's been a while.
Yeah, you hear that.
And I was Mod Podgy then.
Okay, so these are the recycled envelopes. And they're also recycled again because Mariah saved them from the dumpster at her work.
I did.
It was an overrun, and they...
well, a lot of times what they would do, or a lot of printers, what they'll do is you overbuy because you're going to get it at a better price. And I tell you what, you do not want to run out, and if you... Because there's a certain amount of overage that is printed.
Just because.
So, yeah, so there's a certain amount that you want to buy automatically over in case there's some oopsie doopsies, and then you're not buying it at a big, you know, a higher cost. See? These things I know. These things she hates that I know.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I don't think I would. I think I would not use the flap. I would keep the flap as a flap because then your stuff won't fall out.
Yeah, what I did is I cut the flaps off and I used those to help secure them together.
Yes.
I have videos on this.
Yeah.
There's like multiple ones. I did it a couple different ways. There's more than one way to make an envelope book.
An envelope work. Absolutely. But
too.
you can see those. I can just see this as being, and the nice thing about it is you could even put your envelopes in one of those rubber band things, so that you could take them out and or expand it or you know,
yeah,
do all that good stuff. Now y'all know about that.
Y'all know
I don't. That's not my métier. Okay. So I was looking on Facebook today, and there's she's in our group.
What's that? Estella says Zibadone.
Pardon?
Zibal. Zibble Dunn, aka Commonplace Journal.
Oh. Well,
yeah, there's multiple names. Yeah, and see, she says there's a docu journal.
Well, I just thought that was...
Or even field notes are kind of in that group of...
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Because that would be what you were doing. I mean, you could use something like that as your bird watching journal if you're really into that sort of thing.
Laura wanted to see the spine. Here, and you can spread it out like that. This one, I think, was my first one. I have a better one. Let me find that video real quick, because it's a pretty short, like, concise, like, good little process video.
Okay, see it?
When I did those.
Here's a lovely tag.
Yes, made by P.
It says, this is, I'm going to read it anyway.
Okay.
Flags are bits of colored cloth that governments use to first shrink wrap people's brains and then as ceremonial shrouds to bury the dead.
Who wrote that?
Arundhati Roy.
Yes.
And I think that's, yeah. Boy, this is really, these are nice papers.
Well, especially after I, do my little thing to them.
Yeah, because they weren't that color.
These are printables.
They're printables?
Yeah.
I just love your little
I think there's even
shiny,
a video for this one. I can
shiny
check that
thing. Oh, look at that little PM Artist Studio thing there. See what Mariah does with just little bits and pieces? God, she amazes me. That stuff would have been in the trash so fast. And look, her nice little scissory edge there. And kind of you can kind of see it all. This is really nice. This one right here. I think I remember that. That's some of my stuff.
That could be. That could even be. Maybe. I don't know. It was embossed though.
Yes, it certainly was. I like that particular embossing, that little
He'll do that.
round circle irregular thing. All right, so here's my idea for today. So I want to give the bees their due. Like D-U-E, not D-O.
Do.
So, I thought an archaeological layering of the life of a bumblebee collage. And I got the idea from Dragonkunst. Mariah, you know her name.
Her name is Lizbeth, but you guys... And
she's in our group.
She is. She's in a lot of groups,
She does a lot of collaging.
Yeah, and she's on
And
YouTube.
she does sewing on her collage, like slow sewing on her collages. That style. But I saw them, and they were all just these horizontal strips, and they were all sort of in the same color. I think red. I think they were. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that with the bees. So we're going to start at the top with the flowers and leaves, and then bees, and then leaves green, leaves brown, and then the underground little tunnels. I've already started on some of it, but some of it I haven't, and I am bound and determined I am going to pull some beautiful botanical prints. So far hasn't happened, but I feel sure
Just some
it's
things
possible.
queued up.
I've got things queued up. I even went and picked some fresh greenery, thinking that, you know, maybe that's the problem.
That could be it.
Okay.
She's just covering all her bases.
But first what we've got to do is we've got to pull some prints, because I have my, I'm going to try to leave that right there and so I don't lose any of that and doesn't slide off.
All right.
Pardon me. Now some of these I think we started the other day. Oh, yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
And remember I put on that clear coat of the
yeah, I think that was the last thing you'd done, and then it was like, okay, well,
yeah.
And so then you came back and did
and then I came back and I did the
Lucas Krill.
No, I did this.
Okay.
And
the Lucas Krill.
This.
Oh.
Orange.
Wow, that really tapped it back.
It did tap it back. It was a lot. I was really surprised.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have guessed that.
But that's what happens when you have that filmy layer on there, and I really love that. I think that's really kind of special coolness. Okay, here we go.
You know, there have been some weird things happening, Devin, with both chat and, you know, like messages and comments and, you know, YouTube things. Because I think Laura was saying that she was having trouble the other day, too. And I told her that it might be that she was on top chat versus live chat. That's lovely. I still cannot believe that is that crazy bright orange. And now it's this nice.
But you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't making it up.
I love it.
And the lavender was really knocked back a lot too. Okay, that's cool. Pardon. Now we have an open plate. Just going to go ahead and pull all of these because then I will have them. All right. Now, I got to looking at this.
You haven't been blocked.
You got to see this the other day from this side, I think.
Yeah, this is kind of where the bees got murdery.
Well,
or somebody else said infrared.
What it reminds me of is the Lascaux cave paintings, where, you know, it's kind of dark and murky in there, and things have been put on top of things and whatnot. And remember, this was my failed botanical print thing going on there. But, you know, here's the... so, the bees were important to...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't make mead without honey. So, you know. You want to get drunk, you gotta have honey. In ancient
What's your mead? This is important. Oh, goodness. Yes, caves flickering in the firelight. Yes, and there's soot on the walls.
And I think what might be interesting is to go ahead and go over this with some more and maybe kind of overlap a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of the bees that are on here. Well, I'm telling you what. Might need to oil this plate.
Well, and that's the Richardson paper, right?
It's the heavy paper.
Yeah, it's a bit... I think it really sucks all the moisture out of the plate,
I think it does, too. But interesting, you know, little occlusions, weird things going on. There's actually a little piece of leaf there. Heather and yawn. But anyway, I think that's an interesting print. We'll try to get that stuff off the edge there. All right, 2 more. Okay, here. I just did this one. I just put this on here this morning as I was thinking. I like the way these little bees go across here in this kind of little, you know, bee flight path. Buzz, buzz, buzz. And that they, you know, they do little dances back at the hive to tell the bees where the best flowers are. So I think we can kind of think about that.
That's the dance.
Little bee dance.
But now, are the bumblebees They don't live in a hive.
They don't live in a hive.
But do they still, like, hang out and chat with each other?
I don't know how they, I need to know more about how they reproduce. And because the honeybees, the reason they do that is because the queen lays the little eggs in the little thing, and then that's what they eat.
Yeah, we all know the story of the honeybee.
But
what about the bumbles?
We do not know.
Because they don't live in the hives.
They don't live in a hive. They live in underground tunnels.
It's a lonely life living in a tunnel.
So, and they must obviously have some kind of way of reproducing.
Yeah, they get together at some point.
Yeah. And I don't know if they have queen bees or, if they're very egalitarian society and nobody's, necessarily in charge. Oh, man, look at that. I'll have to glue that down.
Oh, did it?
It's lifted. That little piece of leftover from something else. But I did ombre this, and this is
yeah, show us the paints.
This is the Lucas Krill transparent.
I love that one.
And this is the heavy body golden.
Which color is that?
This is iridescent bright gold fine.
Really?
I don't know what the fine means.
But you just brought a lot of that gold colored down, like more than...
Yeah, I can't tell you, but here are the colors that I used on the... I covered it up. Yeah. But you can kind of see the gold in there.
That's funny, Anthony.
What?
It could be. He says maybe they go on a dating app, Bumble.
Okay, well, and here's a little leftover from quite a while ago. Yeah, I was really all about this. Mm-hmm. This particular composition. Thought we needed to do one in gold before we moved on.
Well, I think a lot of times back in the day, way back when, people would watch the animals and what the animals would eat.
Yeah, it didn't kill them.
Yeah, they could eat.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't always the case.
That isn't always the case, no.
Gotta start somewhere.
These little funky things out there, I'm getting rid of them right now because they're going to create some spots that we don't want.
Oh, yes. Keep us updated on that, and I hope everybody in Florida's staying safe.
Getting ready for
anybody on coast.
Yeah. All right, where shall I put that one? Oh, there it goes. All right. Now, we're always talking about things not to do or just as important as telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Well, here's one of my kind of failed experiments today. I'm still gonna. Oh.
Yeah, now you're pulling up things.
Pulling up things. I am still going to take a print of this because I may be surprised how cool it looks. I don't know. Right now, I'm very underimpressed with what, But I don't know. I hand things to Mariah, and she's going to do the actual collaging of this one because I'm going to...
Are we going to get there today?
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe not. I just don't know. But this is from this guy. And I'm really glad I had two because I think I'd been better off just using this. And then when Mariah gets ready to make the strips, she can have them go like this.
I like that idea. Diane says the moth really makes a cute dress.
The what?
The moths can make cute dresses. Like if you...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this. This.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the dress.
Yeah.
For sure. Little fairy dresses. Okay. So we're going to pull this.
Lisa Mingus says teal. Are you still sticking with your
No, now,
theme?
okay, you've got to understand that this is my underground layer. So I have to think dirt.
Soil.
Soil. That's what, yeah. Let me use dirt. Soil. Ah, the same thing. Okay, I want something soily looking. And I don't want that. That's too dark. Now this might be good.
I think that's going to be kind of...
No?
Maybe. It's just, I don't find
Oh,
it very exciting. But
can
then
you
again,
give me some direction here? You're not...
It ain't that.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's what I like to hear.
I know.
I don't know what you need, but it isn't that.
It ain't that. That
ain't it.
But sometimes it's just as important to know, you know.
All right, well, let's think.
Yes.
Okay. You know, if this is the purple.
Yeah.
If you don't know what else to use, just...
Yes, when in doubt.
When in doubt. Okay, I'm going to pull all of these with my tissue paper simply because that's what they're going to be used for.
Yes, and she informed me that today
these are going to be
collage.
the collage. So, we'll just let that sit a
Silver Granny is
spell.
Lynn.
And,
That shouldn't take too long.
Oh, it shouldn't. Because that dries very quickly.
I'm thinking that most likely we will get to the collage part on Thursday.
Excuse me. Okay, here is another attempt using this thing.
I don't believe you.
I'm telling you the truth.
Your shadow technique that...
But it really didn't even work very well for that. So, this is what we have. All right, let's put a little nickel azo on this one.
Yeah, I like that idea. Now, it's funny, I was going to say, I think what sometimes happens, and it did a little bit there, is the pattern shows up a bit more once that other color's on it.
Yes. Coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. We don't really care.
Oh, on the wrinkles?
Oh, we don't care about the wrinkles. It's bee tunnels.
Bee tunnels.
Bee tunnels underground.
Still wrapping my head around this vision. I mean, I kind of, but how big is this thing?
Well, I don't know if you get the idea of tunnels with this.
No.
So I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's nice.
It looks more like, what is that ring you got on? Or do you have it on today? The yellow one?
No.
No. You don't have the one on.
I have it on. Okay, so I went to this one next.
Yeah, it kind of had an amber look to it.
Amber look, yes. All right, so we're going to go with a bit of a more dirt.
Yes, Candy. Most of these are the first attempts.
Yeah.
For the pollinators collage. Yeah. You guys are following along. Good.
All right, we're going to go with iridescent bronze fine. I'm going to add a bit of transparent red oxide just to...
And basically she's clearing off her plate so that way we can make some proper attempts.
Yeah.
Now that the idea and concept has been...
Well, I think that we've got this one. One of these is going to work for the bottom layer of,
yeah.
You know, whatever. You know, the underground tunnel.
And am I going to do this on a large piece of paper?
Yes.
Okay.
We might have to cut it down just simply because we don't have enough.
Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking about that, but, you know, if I don't think we want to do them fat and tall like this. I will probably, like, rip it into pieces, a lot like what I did with the bark part of the journal I just did, or the book, for the sticks. And remember, I tore them into pieces?
Yes.
Now, what I wish I would have...
But those are going to go, they're going to be horizontal.
Well, I should have discussed that with you, because let me tell you, that's something to think about. Because let me tell you. And Deb, see, Deb has a whole, her manifesto, paper manifesto, and let me tell you, this is some very important information in that thing. That is in Makers somewhere, I believe. You need to look that up again, Deb. But,
I'm listening. I am not saying anything. I am listening attentively.
So, she very graciously gel printed me some things, but they were going in the wrong direction. And so, you know, some of them I'm like just tearing away and, it's beautiful, wonderful. And then I get some and I'm like, sugar biscuits, this is going to take some work because it doesn't tear that direction.
It's the funky.
Yeah. So, important.
Well, I certainly hope you can tear this nicely because I think this is really beautiful.
Yeah, I like that. And I think it represents tunneling.
Yes.
And a little bee hole.
Bee holes. Okay, I like that color. I'm going to do that one again. If I can find it.
Deb, I'll help. I'll help.
Okay, that's what happened. I put that back in the wrong place. You can see it has a little bit of ombreing there anyway.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll.
But I also don't think that this has to be huge.
No.
I don't think that that's necessary.
But I'm just envisioning your many, layers of things, and I think that is going to be really cool. But we've also got to be smart with the space. See, she doesn't always, her ideas don't typically, and this is exactly why she gave the project to me to complete it, because I think you probably had a moment where you're like, this is going to require some special skills. Special spatial skills.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is the right kind of tissue or not. I don't know if I'm using our cheap stuff up, but oh well. We know it'll work. Just hoping it comes off of there like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, that's looking good too.
So we have some options there.
Got some options there. All right, now our next. Let's just go to the top.
Well, let me put in the link, because that one, remember, that one is the Art of Protein, aka Connect the Dots stencil right there.
Yeah. And this is not the one I made. The one I made has tape on it, and this doesn't have tape on it. Okay, I'm going to put this over yonder here.
Is Burrow B-U-R-R-O?
O-W.
Yeah. O-W. Yes. Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'd have to go get some more whiskey.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't think you're just... She's straight up drinking today. This ain't just...
I have not. I feel like I'm croaking.
Mm.
I don't want to croak. All right, now I talked to you about this, and I think that we've already got some over there. We really don't need to expend time and energy using this for our background, but I would highly recommend that you try this. Okay, we're going to move right along to the next level. What?
I love it.
Actually, this is a Franken stencil that I put together. I just noticed the tape on the edge.
So, that is nose. And what she done is taken two.
Put them back to back.
Put them back to back. So, isn't it tequila? It is not Tequila Tuesday, but I guess she could have hit the tequila.
I don't really do well with tequila. It kind of paralyzes me. I have great thoughts and,
that's
whatever, but I can't move.
You just need somebody to have a pen and paper next to you. Write that down. That was fantastic.
That was brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to start at the top with flowers, I think. So this, I envision this as being about the size that I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe I should do the bees.
Okay, whoa. You mean that's like going to be the final size of everything?
I think so. Now we could turn it so that it's going this way. But I need to think about this a minute because I want to get my little bees going on there in their cute little, you know, swervy path.
Okay. How many of your layers or your you know, your story there?
Yeah.
How many sections are you actually putting on the plate?
Oh, I'm just going to do them all separately and you're going to tear them up and collage them on.
Okay, then...
So if we have extra, it's okay, and if we... Yeah.
Okay, so then composition-wise, please turn it back the other way.
It would be better.
It would be better because if you have your... Unless you stack them properly and then I can tear them out and then put them side by side, because my whole thought is that this is going to end up on one of those larger Richardson pieces, which are 11 by 14.
True.
Okay, you guys following me?
True.
I am going to use those smaller ones, the little burrow hole things, to stack up long ways, because I think that we're going to need the, I don't know, I don't think that it's going to go tall. It's going to go
you think
wide. It's landscape.
It's going to be landscape, horizontal rather than vertical.
So I think that I'm going to get more out of it being that same positioning even on that plate. I could rip that like in two or bust them out. But also keep that in mind when you're doing them in the rows. Give them enough space in between that they can then be taken apart.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a whole page of flowers.
Oh, perfect.
And then you
create from there. Because, see, if you start doing too much of the composition...
Yes, I think it's not going to... It was not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not really caring about how we go on here. We're just caring about getting some flowers on here.
Right.
And large sections of things that Mariah can then
and Fran,
pull them off.
Yeah, and that should answer your question there. Yeah, and we don't...
Oh,
we don't own a 12 by 14 anymore because remember it got cut up.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do the whole composition here. This is all about creating collage material to then create composition.
To create. Pull them apart to create. And the thing about it is I think you've got much more of an artistic opportunity to make decisions there rather than having it all try to happen on one gel plate.
Yeah.
I just, really, that sounds very scary to me. Okay, now we need to talk about the color of our flowers.
And we also should talk about these particular flowers here. Some of you, because you've been around long enough and you have requested these such flowers, have them. This is not anything that's in the shop, nor will it ever be in the shop. This is something for those of you that come here and hear me tell you, and then you place an order and you say, I would really like to have some of those PM Specials flowers. May I have those? And if your order is a certain amount, about $60 or so, I will definitely hook you up with the special edition PM Artist Studio flowers.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, now this is completely transparent and this is completely transparent, but you can tell they're still different. Okay, and I think we're even going to go with maybe swish a little bit of this in. I want warm colors because the whole idea of bees, and they really like, you know, yellow flowers anyway, I think. Okay? And I think it's going to make it for a very nice...
All right, we gotta get Fran in our mind frame here. She says you could still tear up a 12 by 14 print. Yeah. So remember, like, one of the things that P is really exceptional at, I believe, I mean, this is in my opinion, is creating composition in a print that you can pull like she typically does. Now we're kind of reverse engineering with this whole concept, and this is one of the reasons she wanted to involve me in it, because I do like tearing up the little pieces, and I think that I'm pretty good at this whole collage-y thing, and I like her idea. I think it's fun. So now what we're doing is we are creating addables. These are the painty papers, and then we're going to create a composition, a thing. And then we're just trying to think ahead of time about, okay, how much of each section are we going to need? And then positioning wise, what's going to be the best way to utilize each one that we're doing. Thank you, Lisa. So, hopefully that makes more sense. And I love these flowers. These are the ones that I used for the journal that I took to the fair. They're special to us because they are kind of one of those launching points, and that's why it won't be a product in the shop. I want it to be something that those of you that hang out with us and know us can have.
This was created from originally from a kneaded eraser stamp.
Kayla,
what?
You're going to be in the top ranking members. I was telling P afterwards, I'm like, I still want to go hang out with Kayla. I think her and I would get along quite well.
And I mentioned that I don't really think I'd probably be able to keep up with you guys.
She's not interested in the same things necessarily.
Yeah. I'd be the poopy diaper head.
Look at those.
Now, the other thing about this is Mariah can take these and do her magical, spray thing.
Diane Bell, she says, my ex-husband was never able to grasp the concept of quilting, cutting up fabric and putting it back together. So maybe that's part of the reason he's her ex. Yeah, and some of those early stencils are based upon stamps of P's.
Yes, very early.
Very early. Well, Stompy Rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a good one.
And then Cape Rocks came after that because Cape Rocks were the Franken stencil version of those. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to kind of just
Hi, Dad.
set this here and let it mull about and dry.
Yes.
Oh dear, I should never do that. Why do I do that? Why do I do that?
That's right.
If you get it right away, you can get them off. Get the paper off and not muss the whole thing up.
Yeah, get after it quick. Because otherwise they create the bumpy things.
Yeah, and you're going, why does that keep showing up out there? Well, it was kind of one of those duh moments. And I don't know. I never have enough room.
Never.
Never.
Never
Ever. Okay.
And as soon as I give her more space.
Well, I mean, isn't that the whole idea? I mean.
Well, I think this is the part where, like, your idea of maintaining space is different than mine.
Well, if you're making room for it, what do you even bother making room for it if you're not going to put something there? That's my thinking.
I think that, like, if you create a space and know that that is going to be space that you're going to work in, you then maintain it, so therefore there's not now something that like lives there. That's the deal.
Well, I understand that in concept.
Right, but flat for surface, she's like, oh, I can put this here. This can live here now. And I'm like, well, that space is no longer available. That's the difference in, like, our, like, a lot of stuff.
I don't know that this is going to do anything.
I like it.
It isn't going to hurt anything.
No. And that's the, did you put down, that's the carnival tissue, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime I use the big sheets, it's carnival. This other over here is kind of like, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, that needs to set a spell. Guess I should be printing some of that.
Francis, well, space is rotational. I agree. See, like, I feel that way, but, like, once she takes over an area, it's very hard for her to then relinquish that or understand that maybe we should assess that situation again. It's like once it's there, and that's its home, and we should not really talk about it anymore because she needs to access it and she knows where it's at. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I say, well, maybe right now we're not using that stuff in that particular space, so therefore we should think about...
Well, I don't think that's the best way to utilize space. I think you should layer.
She really does. It's archaeological.
It's archaeological.
Much like this print's going to be. Maybe that's, you know, we're working through it. It was a little therapy today.
No, I don't know what to do with these. They're still wet, and I don't want to inadvertently put something down on top of them.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Now.
Yes, Lynn. See, she says when her space becomes too crowded, she starts to feel pinned in and frustration. She will get to that point because then she no
I
longer
have a very high tolerance.
She has an extremely high tolerance and the ability to work in a very small space. I, on the other hand, I have a set amount. She has encroached much upon my space over here. Things have come this way. Yeah. Is encroached, is that the right word? Encroached?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a word.
She says it's a word. It may not be the one she wants to, you know. I love this conversation.
We need to talk about that any longer.
It's good therapy. I feel better about it.
Oh no, lost my Tuesday, Thursday thought thing. That can't be.
No, don't do that. We need that.
So I've already got Fran, I must say, is Fran still there?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the rerun today. And, well, number one, I was really irked because, you know, I already explained that. I wasn't there to talk to you about things and answer, you know, give my 2 bits worth, whether it was, you know. No, it's one thing I like about Fran. If she likes what you're saying, she does it, and if she doesn't feel the least bit
no, you guys are
obligated.
Yeah, you guys are very similar.
We are. And it's like, you know, I don't take that under consideration. But, you know, I don't think that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where was this going? Huh. I don't know. Anyway, when I was watching that, I was just applauding your decisions right and left and thinking, dadgummit, I really wish I was there to say something, you know, witty and erudite. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think I poured quite enough.
I think you poured
throat medicine.
You still got an hour.
Throat medicine. It's not liquor. It's throat medicine. All right, so.
She says, I guess I'm bolshy, too. B-O-L-S-H-Y.
Well, I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
We liked the word smithering, right?
Oh, you can't say that's gonna...
Swithering? Smithering.
Swithering.
Swithering.
Well, that's going to be my word for Thursday. I'm talking about it. Okay, well, we had decimal results with the botanicals, but that does not mean I am giving up on them.
But just in case we do have seaweed, put a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Because I told her, I was like, I don't even know that you've ever used those.
I haven't.
And then she went through her folder and she's like, yeah, I think you're right, because they don't have any paint on them.
Yeah, they don't.
Now, these are the lovely, I don't know if, quite a few of you guys know Xandra. She did the most wonderful hair on one of her mermaids using the seaweed.
Yep.
I mean.
She dadgum did.
She did.
I mean, it was spectacular.
Oh, goodness. All right. So, what she has out here right now,
it's just a little bit of everything.
Okay, so I think that's 8 by 10, or is that the 9 by... Probably the 9 by 12 nodes. The 8 by 10 nodes. 8 by 10 wispy at the top, and then the seaweed assortment. I'll just say, here's the link to the shop. If you guys are interested, those are the names of each thing that is there. Nightbot will put in the information. There we go.
Don't I have some, like, froggy green?
Probably only 1,000,000, but you can also use your golden. That one's.
I don't want that. Yeah, I can.
You want sparkly?
No. Oh, here.
What if it's dew? Like, what if this is morning?
What?
If it's morning time, you know, the dew.
I have emerald green. I think that'll work.
I think it's too dark.
It will be.
Okay.
But I don't really care. I'm going to have a bunch of different greens on here. Boy, this is
yeah, Z loves stuff. The mermaids. Loves.
I don't know about this. I don't know if
it's actually brighter than I thought it was going to be, and I'm not necessarily, into that either, but...
Well, we'll put some of this really dull stuff down here next to it. It'll dull it out.
Sharon wants to set up an encaustic station.
I know, me too. After watching that the other day, I was like, "Oh man, that's so cool."
Peg, she's very good at the encaustic. Well, yeah, we need a different house for that sort of thing.
We do, because I need a bead station. I would actually like to get into pottery again, because I love doing pottery.
We really need a complex.
We do. It's good that you know that.
Hey, I keep telling the universe, but
they don't believe us yet.
I haven't sent it our way yet.
I'm just going to slip a little bit of this in just for chuckles and grins, because we have this in our flowers. And we just might need it.
Yeah, Peg at 2 Old Crows. Yeah, she has quite a few with the encaustic.
Yeah.
Crafters need big barns. We need multiple, we really, like I said, we either need an old hotel. She wants a motel. I want a hotel. It's just more proper. Or like an old school would be good. Multiple rooms. What else? What other kind of buildings would work well for our needs?
Well, other than, heating it. Oops. Gotta watch those little nodules. They go the wrong way awfully easily.
Yeah, you can't do aggressive spraying.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to get as many pulls from this as we possibly can, because I think this is going to be lovely.
Yes, an
greenery stuff.
A warehouse, and then we could section things off. That would be all right.
And I like the fact that we'll have, multiple
we're gonna have plenty of green stuff.
Plenty of green stuff. We might need some more burrows.
We need more burrows, and Oh yes, barns, old churches. Oh yes, definitely. Oh, I know. So in Asheville, North Carolina, the artists have taken over old warehouses along the riverfront We went to some of those. Brad and I went on a little trip. We've been there. Yes, that would be so awesome. We need one whole warehouse. Set with multiple stations. Oh, that looks beautiful. Very impressed with this, P. What are you going to put to pull it?
No. Maybe something sort of clear.
That, or what about the ice blue?
Ice blue would be good. Okay,
because
that needs to dry before we do anything else to that. Okay, so we've got our plant, we've got our flower layer.
Yes, revert. Can you go back to your list? Like, can we do a little...
Oh, can I access my list? Sure.
Can you access the list so we can, you know...
Okay.
Make sure we're on task.
Flowers and leaves. Oh, we have to do bees.
See,
Duh. We need green leaves, which that's pretty green.
Yeah.
Now we need some brown leaves. Maybe I'll pull in the botanicals now.
Well, are you going to do the bees or the leaves?
Oh, I don't know.
I guess you kind of have all your... Or you're bringing in different stuff, like the leaves are going to be different.
Well, I can pull this.
Okay, well.
Okay, I can pull this and we can do it. Because I've got two. We have to wait for that to dry. Okay.
I would like to go back. If we could come visit Gayla, because she's there in Georgia, we could do the little trip through, and Brad and I drove.
Okay.
It's a long thing.
Now, I just, you know, I have this feeling that I really, oh, I don't want these to stick together. Oh, no.
I don't know what the deal is lately.
Can't do that. No. Because these little wispy boogers, they're not long for this world if they get
tangled up. Yeah, because they are dainty. Now, I think once they get more painty, they are less dainty.
More painty, less dainty. That is an excellent observation. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside.
Oh.
That'll probably all fall off of my head.
Lisa Mingus has, she says that P will be proud of me. I found bug house ideas and have it in the works.
Ooh.
Super fun.
Ooh. Okay, so we're doing underground bees. We're doing bumblebees. I've got an idea for honeybees, but I didn't. Oh,
I think that would be awesome.
What?
A artist retreat in Asheville. I wonder if they have some like space in that artist area where you could like rent it out. I bet they would. Or we could probably, you know, befriend an artist or two there. That would be fun. And go in the fall. You gotta be careful. It's actually kind of pricey when it's in the fall because all the leaves are turning, and it's a big thing to go there and watch. Made me think of something. I chuckled about that. Yeah. Yes, Petty. Can we stay with your daughter? And Lynn. Yes, I think it'd be better if we rented a house. I'm sure that we could.
All right, I like that. I'll just put this down here because I don't...
Oh, I think that's lovely.
Well, it might be interesting. Okay, now we need to think about these bees. We want them to stand out and be, you know, that's kind of the focal point.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that we necessarily need to beat people over the head. So what I thought is, taking this Van Dyke Brown and mixing it with the Burnt Umber Light.
Oh, yes. Jacqueline has a good point. She says M needs enough room in between them to tear them apart. I think there's going to be enough there. You may want to move that big B down ever so slightly.
How's that?
That works. Good call.
Does that slide enough? I'm out of bees. I don't have any more bees.
Okay. I'm not giving you any more bees. I don't have any more cut right now. Well, I don't know. I might have some beta version ones, but they're a little funky. I like you showing those to people. Although they might be pleasantly surprised if they do order them and be like, oh, these bees are really nice. All those poor sad bees that P was working with. Yeah, I know. She kind of lopped his wings.
What?
We'll work it out. When you twisted the big boy there, you kind of put him without his wings.
Well, he's coming into the
coming
group.
into frame.
He's the biggest one. He's closest.
Yeah. It's like right in your face where you're like,
I want somebody to figure out how. Look her run.
God. Dear Lord. Alright, I'll go get
This is really interesting.
Is this out on the counter or is it in the cabinet?
It's in the cabinet.
Okay.
That pulled off some of the green on the nodules.
I think that's good though.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still gonna go on because I'm not feeling that we've got enough there that I can pick them up and get something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we are with this. All right, so we're gonna go a little darker. We're gonna add some black to the mix because this is gonna give us that good outline of the bee. That's my thought, anyway. Okay. Van Dyke Brown, which is a dark brown anyway. Maybe just a hint of blue. And this is that wonderful fluid soft body acrylic. So it always adds just a little bit of interest to the outline when you do it like this. I want the bees to be dramatic.
Dramatic bees.
Dramatic bees.
Oh, that's a good idea, Anne. She says some colleges rent out their housing areas in the summer. Like their dorms.
Oh.
I think. Is that...
Well, we wouldn't last very long there. They'd kick us out. Getting noisy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Lisa's going to be going to a chalet in the Smoky Mountains.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lisa isn't too far from all that area either. It's a bit dark and stormy.
What?
So that's a bit dark and stormy.
Well, we have to have our bees
outlined.
Look at them cute little boogers.
Hey, I did some major work on these bees. Like, it took me a while. It took me longer than I thought.
All right, now what are we going to pull these little boogers with? Well, as soon as they dry. I don't want to get in a big
I think you should do that ombre thing like you did on that other one.
Okay, let's see if the other one's ready. Okay, now we talk about what we were going to do here.
Yes, that needs to be the ice blue.
Ice blue.
It's over here on this side.
This shirt already has paint all over it, so we're not too terribly.
Not worried.
Not worried.
Okay. See, I think this is going to be lovely. It's just a hint of that sky, but not, you know, like it's... Aww. Well, that's alright. She's still watching. That's good. Or listening. She's listening. So those were there were 3 on this one. There's two sizes of the nodes, right? Is that, yeah. Then at the top was the wispy grass. And then it has the assorted seaweed. And there, yes, thank you, Lisa. She dropped to the Nightbot. She
yes,
that through.
We've got nodes on both sides, grass at the top, and then seaweed in the middle, creating foliage. Foliage. All right. Need to let that rest up a bit.
Oh, you're funny.
Let's see if we can. Want to see if I like my flowers. Well, I don't know if I love those.
That's not a big wow factor on.
Certainly isn't. Okay, I got a new plant.
But what about the ones that you did just the... Because those are probably more of what I would want to use anyway. That you lifted. Not just the paper.
Okay, where are they? What did I do with
just the paper? The paper. Just
what?
When you did the flowers, just the...
Oh, on the paper. Oh, duh. I don't know.
No, not that one.
Don't know.
Yes. See, I think we need more of that.
I think you're right. And I'm going to use a little bit more, punch it up a bit, and I'm going to do more of a heavier.
Stenciled.
Almost stenciling onto the plate. Okay. Let's bring this back. This is amazing. If I tell you what, I can swap paint better than anybody I know. Okay.
Yes, exactly. At the Biltmore. It's very fancy out there. We went out there. I had a good time. I enjoyed that. Not the tour of the actual Biltmore. That made me a little crazy because I'm not very good at guided tours because people make me crazy. And they're just... I don't like people in my bubble. And it seems like tourists are the worst about knowing other people's bubble. And I try to give off a vibe of really I need don't be near me. I don't know you. You know. Otherwise I'm a very friendly person.
I'm not.
No.
I'm rude.
A little bit sometimes. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yes. They won't let me go certain places. They won't let me go to the doctor with them.
Yeah. She says things that make me uncomfortable. Oh, goodness.
My golly, there's some flowers.
Yeah, woo. There you go. That's the stuff we need. Woo. Okay, now what are you going to do with those? You need somewhere to...
No, I'm just going to flop them down because I want to get this right now.
Yeah.
No lollygagging.
Lovely. Might be a little smushy.
Might be a little bit.
But that's okay, too. Oh. Yes, that's good. That's good, Ann.
What?
She says, just, you know, that's when you have a perfectly horrible sounding cough or scratch your head a lot.
Now, where's my other?
Oh, and Julie says it looks like a kimono. Oh. Asheville has a fringe festival like Edinburgh. Edinburgh? Berg. I try to do that too, but I don't think they take me seriously, Lisa.
What?
Give them the evil eye. You know, the kind of like...
Your evil eye isn't very evil.
Dang it. They're not taking me seriously.
Well, we got something on both sides here.
This is a twofer. Great. Love options.
And the thing about it is even though you will be using, look at how those flowers look almost dimensional because of the way the other, you know, the whatever came through there. Okay, boy, we got lots of things going here for our flowers. Now, I think our bees are good.
You need brown leaves.
Botanicals.
Yes, your brown leaves.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Gosh, I love my stencils so much.
Yes, that is totally understandable, Evie.
Okay.
Yes.
Wipe up our slobby.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not going to take this off of here. I think it will be kind of interesting.
And like your thought process
kind
with that?
of interesting. And we're going to get a...
That's
what?
funny. Well, you know, all things lead back to poo around here. Julie says, just talk about screaming diarrhea. People move away fast.
Well, or if you had a fart cushion, you could just let off a big old... And that ought to move them along.
See, I personally, that I'm like, no, I don't... You can think I'm unfriendly, but not, you know...
Well, sometimes you got to go with the two before. It just, you know.
Just, could you please back away from me? You make me uncomfortable. Oh, goodness.
Okay, I use this heavy body because I think this is going to help me more with my leaf business here. Oh, Lord, I've got them all covered up now.
You need to come grab things, or you good?
Pardon?
No, she's good.
Can't see these boogers. They're on clear. I know we're not worried about composition so much here. It's just creating some things that we can use.
Like backgrounds.
Texture-wise.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what happens with that.
See, but that would probably gross me out.
What?
It just, if you had like kind of gaseous smell in a bottle. I mean, you can bring sulfur. Sulfur's very stinky.
Well, that needs to follow up with the whoopee cushion fart.
Wow.
Make a believer of them. Move them on out.
The thing is, like, I'm very sensitive to that as well. So, like, that would bother me. I want to annoy others, not myself. Goodness.
Well, that's a really good stem. It looks like something that the elephants
I think
stepped on.
That explains it, Julie. That explains it.
They're not nearly as brown as I want them.
I kind of like this. And I'm really digging the smell of the mint. I was like, oh, it smells like fresh.
Okay, I think it needs to go. I think it needs to go like really Van Dyke.
Of course you do. Get her done. Now, do remember that you didn't have a whole heck of a lot of luck with.
Oh,
You keep it thick.
I didn't. Dadgummit, but we're gonna get them on there.
All right, just don't overbrayer. Fight the instinct. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that, yeah, on a daily basis.
Oh, that's still wet.
You're going that route, huh? Well, it looks promising.
Yeah, that mint does smell good, doesn't it? Oh, heck yeah.
That's nice.
Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try a Fran here.
Oh, you're going to register it and put it back down. All right. That's a good...
Oh, whoops.
Not so much.
Well, so much for that registering.
Just hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Put it down, hope for the best. Hey! Now that's getting more...
Yeah.
I mean, this over here looks really good.
And remember, you just need parts. So.
Yeah.
No, hey, you probably need to put down more paint.
Well, I know, but I'm going to try to kind of, you know, get some of this stuff that's on the back side of these boogers.
All right.
You know, it's looking pretty good.
It smells fantastic.
Got an idea here.
Where's your Baron?
Well,
use your
I know, but
one.
it's coming through the. It's coming through onto the Baron because of the tissue paper.
No, I know, but on top of the acrylic sheet. Use your speedball one because it's slick. There you go. There you go. Now we're.
High cotton, cooking with gas.
Yes, there we go. Those are the same. Oh goodness. Yes, Devin likes to print with real weeds and plants. And Devin did the cyanotype.
Oh yes.
Lamp and stuff. She used to.
Now see, look at that. That looks kind of interesting.
I like that. That's probably my favorite so far. I don't know if that counts, but
I'm thinking that
it's getting limp.
Now, I think what I need to do is I need to leave this alone and let this dry.
Yes.
And then come back and pick it up with something else. All right, what can we pull here? Well, let's see about this. This is one of our
Susan! Hooray! Hello!
early attempts at creating underground passages. I don't know. Maybe.
I think this is the one that you guys were saying that it kind of looks like somebody was running, or...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's...
A Great Dane. Or a poodle. Standard.
Oh, goodness.
And I really think that these are probably not going to be useful.
Here. So, Jacqueline, she's giving you some info. You might try a little thinner layer of paint first. Put the vein side down and, you know, the back side of the leaf.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Well, you know I like that. It's shiny.
That's what I'm bribing you with.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it looked like quite the process. Yeah, I think the gel plate is a lot easier.
Then what?
Doing that cyano type business. Well, and she did it like with the, you know, mixed it up, painted the thing on, put the stuff out there, then you wash it through the whole thing. I mean, it's quite the... you haven't watched the process. You just saw our lamps.
Yeah, I saw the lamp.
Behind.
I love the lamp a lot.
Well, the process to
That's
get there
a little yellow. But you know, a little piece of this added in places might be, you know, a good thing.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Hey, Chris.
This might be hurrying this a bit, but I don't know.
A little. You hurried it a little.
I hurried it a bit.
But that's okay.
You know you hurried it when you have stuff left. But
that did everything I wanted it to do, personally. You know, from across the table here.
Good deal. I pulled everything? Oh, we have to.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good plan.
We've got to
get your bees done.
Get the bees done.
You got 20 minutes. I think you can maybe do it.
I think we can do it. Okay, so I think yellow.
Oh, question above. Okay. Oh, how did P do that gold and black one? Yes, she's gonna get to that.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, or wait, are you talking? I think Fran's asking about the burrow one. You know, the bee holes.
Oh. The bee holes? Well, this was, what did I do with it?
Oh, and so here we're going to talk about this bad boy. This is not an actual stencil.
It's not an actual stencil.
Not in the shop stencil. Because it's a real pain in the badootie.
Well, it's kind of a pain in the badootie to do. But what I did here was, it was a failed...
This is connect the dots. This is
the other part.
Yes,
This is what connect the dots came from.
It's mother.
This is its mother.
This is mother.
So in order for it to make it work, I had to come back in. You can see my tape. Because all it would do, I would try to pick it up and it would just be going... Hey, did you bring my whiskey?
I did. I figured
I'm getting croaky.
Okay. It's certainly one way to...
Just little sips. That's what Jane does. She just takes little sips.
I think you were taking more swigs earlier, but that's all right. You do you, boo. You do you.
Okay. See? It helps immediately almost. See, you can see the tape. And the reason I picked this is because even though, you know, it's not like a continuous tunnel-y thing, it represents the whole idea of the tunnels. So it's not a facsimile, it's a abstract representation. There you go. Okie dokie. Oh my God, look at that. That's beautiful.
Yes.
All right, so where are we here? Let's recapitulate.
Check the list. I love Dot's mom. Of course you do, Fran.
Look at that. That's some brown leaves. Maybe I need to try to do some green leaves in the same, because I have another whole bunch of leaves.
Maybe yellowy orange leaves. And that way when I layer them.
Oh, you can have summer, fall, and winter.
You don't have to holler at me.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh.
Gotcha. Okay.
I like that idea.
Okay, let's do it. Do we have empty plates? We do. A great big old empty plate that's got funny little.
Well, remember you wanted to, you wanted to kind of use it for that because then it'll have a little nod to this. You know, the green. Yeah.
Okay, so this one's going to be orange. Okay, I've got to get my leaves ready. Drop them here so I can flop them on very quickly. Okay, so what did we think? We're thinking orange and yellows maybe.
Yes. In the deeper range, not bright.
Okay, more of...
Yeah, I think so.
That, and maybe a little of this.
Maybe a little of that.
Then maybe a little yellow.
And then a little yellow, because then that'll brighten some of that up, and you'll automatically get more orangey, I think.
I think you're right.
Oh, Fran would like murdery red.
Murdery red. Hey, you know, when I lived in Alaska, some of the foliage there was brilliant. Bloody red.
Well, and that's, you know, everybody was talking about doing the fall, like, heading up to Asheville and all of that area. It does the same thing, too. That's why I said it's kind of pricey at that time of year, because people like to go. People get married because it isn't blazing hot, and, you know, you go look at the leaves turning.
God.
Just saying. Oh, yeah, she's got the Indian yellow. Is that one actually called? I think that one is, isn't it? That Lucas Grove? What's that yellow?
It's... I don't know.
Here, hand it to me.
It's kind of mucked about there. I can't really...
Oh.
It's got covered up with some
Yeah, Indian yellow.
Okay.
But it looks like it's been, like, printed on. Like you laid something on top of it. Ooh, that is very... Yes, exactly.
Don't overbrayer it, Trisha.
That's right. I think if you want your leaves to work properly, that's certainly the case for this. Yes, yes. Oh, Fran says she saw that photo.
Saw what photo?
I think one of yours.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that amazing? And you know what was so... I'm so happy that I did that, because the next day, the very next day, we were driving down the street, and I told, you know, and talking to Van about that and everything. And I said, and I hadn't showed him the photo yet, just telling him about it. And the wind came up, and we're driving down the street to the park, to Long Lake Park, and all of a sudden, all the leaves just started coming off of the trees, and it was like yellow snow. It was the coolest thing ever.
You should have videoed that.
Well, you know, I didn't even have a decent phone until I came to Texas, Mariah. My phone didn't do that kind of stuff.
I think you still had your flip phone. Maybe. No, you guys had gotten... She had a flip phone for a long time.
I loved it. And they made fun of me when I went into...
Ooh.
I think I need to take more off.
Yes. Because otherwise it's gonna... I mean, if you want just the left behind. No worries, Darcy. She's processing veggies.
Ooh,
Are you making
kind.
Carrots, cabbage.
Oh.
Are you making coleslaw? Like some slaw.
God, that was a good one too. I still think I'm going to take one more.
Okay. Yeah. She really is. I would have said it, but she'd already...
What?
She said veins down.
I think I did. I don't know.
Maybe on some of them. These are kind of weird.
I think
they're not exactly, you
yeah,
know.
they're not like super veiny. These are kind of, they're really on both sides. Sort of, kind of.
Oh, yum. Yeah. Stir fry, coleslaw, blanched, frozen, bunch of carrots.
I love cabbage.
Yeah, we do.
We need to have cabbage and sausage again, Mariah.
We do.
I love that. Well, I've got lots of painty papers here, y'all. Now, I'm going to lay these down, so maybe there is a possibility that I might be able to slap these down on something and
use them again. Are you going to let this one dry?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's what we wanted. There it is.
There it is. Okay, I'm going to lay these down on my clear thing here. Get some more pieces of tissue paper ready here.
Look at her. Love it. Yeah, take them all off together and just do one piece there. Now listen to me. Are you going to use that same paper?
Running out of room, Mariah.
Always.
Always. I want to set this down on my ogre. Got a bunch of stuff, you know, getting married up over here.
I just want you to take those other two over there and just put them together with that one.
Oh! Look at that one.
Very cute. Fascinating. It's good stuff, babe. I love it.
Being a smart ass.
A little bit. I just wanted you to put them all down at once and, you know, smack it and be done with it. Put that big one over those.
Huh?
Put that big one over those.
You just shush it.
You're going to keep them separated.
Yes.
All right.
So each one can be in its own glory.
Okay.
I think we can do too much swishing around there.
Aw, we will miss you, Chris, but yeah, come back, watch the replays. Give us, you know, let us know in the comments.
You can get all,
Her
those
schedule's
things.
changing.
What?
Chris's schedule is changing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think of those leaves dry.
Yes. Wow. Leave them be.
Leave them be, she says. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, back to the bees.
Yeah, you need to get some paint down on that one. We won't be able to pull it today, but at least get that paint down on it, and I think we'll...
Yes, ma'am. You are so right. But I think I'm going to see if these will dry with that paint on them and make them a little bit more, because my other leaves that Pinka sent me are crumbling.
Yes, she said that, so, you know, you got to be careful with those. But, yes, once they get paint on them...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's what I need to do. I just need to take time just to get paint on them so that they can preserve them.
Yes, and I think that probably something to do off-stream.
Oh, yeah, because it isn't going to be very interesting.
By the way.
Okay, I want this yellow because I think this yellow is wonderful.
Yeah, or I have your other, you know.
That's the transparent yellow.
Yeah.
But then I think I'm still going to go ahead and try to mix in some gold.
Yes.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the contact points very close rather than, you know, usually I'll have this color up here and then I'll have this color down here. I'm going to move the gold to kind of mid-level.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking then you're going to get more marrying up here. That's my thought. I don't know.
Yes, Fran says that she found that it worked. That worked in Wales too. Paint preserves the leaves for longer.
Okay. I will get on that.
Very nice. Oh, careful.
Swear to God, I cannot grab one sheet of paper. Now, I really do not want any crackles in this.
And the universe said, really? Yeah, I don't know, Heather. I kind of remember something about doing something like that as a kid, like with wax paper and leaves.
Ironing them.
Is that... And then it's like...
Well, one thing that we did in Girl Scouts one year, I remember, was we shaved crayons and sprinkled the shavings in with the leaf. And so then you got I didn't think they were very spectacular at the time. I might think they're a lot more spectacular now. Okay, these are still pretty wet because remember I put down a lot of paint on this.
Yeah.
You can see it's still shiny in spots, so.
All right, well, let's flip back through the papers that you do have. And that should put us in right about the right, you know, ending time.
Bushels and packs.
And just to kind of review things, so, you know, at the beginning, we showed the kind of progress of the sculpture. P will keep at getting that first layer. And then maybe, I don't know how we do this collage business.
Well, what we're going to do is Mariah's going to sit over here and she's going to do it so she's got the down camera.
P will be a chat.
I'll be in charge of chat, and all of us know I can do it. Oh. All right, look at those little lovelies. Little delicate, wispy.
Yes, quite lovely.
Quite lovely. And even if they do not necessarily work for what? This is what happens when you don't have enough room. Everything just gets mucked about together.
Yeah, put it in there. There we go.
Look at that. Might even tear up some of this for
Well, it could be sort of filler, or, you know, we'll just have to work with it. And see how one thing leads to the... Francis Queen P rules the chat. Well.
Okay, here we go. There's some burrowing paper.
Yes.
And some yet to be determined paper.
Transitional.
Transitional. Here's some leaves. And some poopy stuff. And some more leaves. And some more leaves. Now, I'll tell you what I'm really thinking about these. Is taking these and putting down maybe what asters.
Atomic asters. Unraveling.
Asters. And then picking it up so that it goes into the negatives.
I think that would be cool.
Okay, that's not anything. I think this one's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I think this is nice. This is nice bees.
Yeah.
So we've got, you know, we've got choices on our bees.
I like that he even kind of came out on the end there, so that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's stuck over.
Yeah.
And here's some more foliage. Here's the one Mariah likes. I personally am leaning towards this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think that was a bit
showy.
Showy.
She be showy.
Shiny. Shiny. I like this.
Yes, I like that.
This is really nice. Love this dark and then, you know, kind of that mucky muck and stuff going on there.
It has movement.
All right, now we have mini flowers. Mini flowers.
I love those. And see, what's great about these flowers is that I'll be able to tear them out individually. And then I can layer the different ones. And I think it'll be really cool.
We have some black beads.
And maybe what we try to do is have...
I don't know. We might want to use these. Tear out each little bead.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, but Mariah might want to do that.
I may need to spend some time tearing things out and just having that done. Especially with the flowers.
Good point, because that's not terribly riveting.
No, it is not.
It's kind of like watching me flop, flap, flop.
Yeah, foliage off.
Foliage off.
Tamper it down with a napkin.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's about it, other than the prints that I pulled early.
Yeah, from the last stream. Alright, guys. I tell you what.
Oh, when we have these little bees. I should have pulled this with... See, I used regular paper, Mariah. We might still be able to use these because it's the lightweight paper.
Yeah. And I could fussy cut them versus...
You could.
You know,
God knows I'm not doing that.
Yeah, we all,
And here's our Losco bees. Hey, friend, what was the name of that site that you were talking about? that had the raft made from irregular logs. Is she still here?
Oh, yeah, the archaeological site is what she's talking about, not like a website.
Yeah. Because, you know, we have the La Brea tar pits in L.A. that, I mean, they get all kinds of cool stuff out of there.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, Fran, do let us know, or, you know, send me a message or whatever. Yeah, because I can't remember exactly what she said about that. That was actually me removing those. They've been very heavy today.
What?
Oh, the stupid naughty bots. Not our night bot, but, you know, the naughty bots. Anyways, we shall be back on Thursday for Thursday Thoughts. We've got some good Thursday Thoughts. We will try to have some of this prepped and ready to go for this collage business. So we'll be back for that. Then, I don't know when we get back to Archipanko. Once she has him all, or the sculpture, when she has that first layer done, then we'll bring that back into play with doing some papers and things of that nature to get ready for the final on the sculpture. So, yes, it was so great seeing you, many of you coming back. You know, Susan was on vacation, and we've had a few other people popping back, and that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Once again, great stream. If you haven't, do give those thumbsy upsies. This is the end, as like Shannon Green likes to say. Hey, it's the end. Bye.
The end.
The end.
Izzy says the end.
Yeah, she does. That's hilarious. Subscribe to the channel, do all that YouTube business, and then we'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys.
Thursday. Bye.